Shabbat Shalom and Chag Shavuot Sameach. My name is Rabbi Jesse Charon, and we here together.
We are. We're in the Sunrise Sanctuary here at Temple That's David in Snellville, Georgia.
And we're blessed that you are here with us. Again, it is May 30th, 2020. And also, it is the 7th of Sivan, 5,780. And it's the holiday of Shavuot. What is Shavuot? The Festival of Weeks. It's a time where we right now, you know where we're standing? Literally where we're standing? Under Har Sinai, Mount Sinai. And we are ready to get the 10 Commandments. And so this morning, our service is Shacharit LeYom Tov, Shabbat. It's also a Yom Tov of Shavuot, the 2 days of Shavuot. And we're going to have a wonderful service. Thank you so much. And Rebbetzin Shira is 31 weeks. 31 weeks pregnant.
Which means we have 7 more weeks.
7 more weeks. 7's an important number. 7's a very important number. Let us know what your favorite number is. You know,
We waited 7 weeks to reach Shavuot.
that's right. 7 weeks. We counted 7 weeks, 7 days, 49 days from the second day of Pesach. We were counting the Omer. And now we're here together to receive Matan Torah. And little Reina Esther's here. And we have to thank also, we can never thank enough, our Vice President, Judy Kern, who is with us. So thank her also, right? Thank you, because this wouldn't happen. You know, this is incredible. And not only that, thank yourself. If you can pat yourself on the back, pat yourself on the back. So I want to wish everyone a good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, Chag Shavuot Sameach, and thank you for being with us. Now Mount Sinai was all in smoke, for Adonai had come down upon it in fire. Exodus chapter 19, verse 18. Torah given amidst fire is compared to fire. Just as fire lives forever, so do the words of Torah live forever. When one draws near to fire, one is burned by it. When one moves away from fire, one is chilled. On Shavuot, we warm ourselves by the light of the Torah, our precious heritage. And what is Shavuot? Rebbetzin, when we say Shavuot, what does that mean to you? How do you celebrate Shavuot?
So one of the ways in which we celebrate Shavuot is clearly by food, but also by coming together to learn and to grow, which is the most important way to celebrate and to practice Shavuot.
And we had, and what is that called? That's called the Tikkun Leil Shavuot. We did that, and we're not blessed this morning. We're practicing. Well, this afternoon we're definitely going to have some cream cheese. Listen, you got to have cream cheese and bagels, because not only on Shavuot, you should probably have that every week. But we're blessed. We have dairy products. We can talk about that. Why dairy products? Because we were given the Torah, and we didn't have time to go over all the laws and intricacies of kashrut, of keeping kosher. So therefore, we have a delicious dairy meal. So, if you want this afternoon, make yourself a blintz, a kreplach. You can make a kreplach dairy. We have a kreplach because when you open up, there's like a surprise inside. Just like the Torah. The Torah is covered. But when we take off the mantle, we're surprised by how beautiful it is. So this morning, just as in every morning, traditionally, we as Jewish people wake up with Modeh Ani. So let us hear the Rebbetzins' beautiful voice. Hopefully, Reina Esther can sing along as well. Modeh Ani.
All right, and we will be announcing page numbers. Now, the page numbers we're using are from our hard copies in front of us. Judy has put a link in the chat feature of YouTube Live. So please follow us along. We're in the festival morning section, and in our hardcover books, we are on page 414, and generally it's going to be 18 pages higher on the electronic edition. So without further ado, we will begin with hopefully a song to reinvigorate you and wake you up as well. So we have
Modeh Ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shehechazarta bi nishmati bechemla rabba emunatecha Modeh Ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam
שחזרת בי נשמתי
Bechemla raba emunatecha.
I offer thanks to you, ever-living sovereign, that you have restored my soul to me in mercy. How great is your name. And now if you have the talit, the talitot, again, the idea is that we have a four-cornered garment. Why? Well, we can talk about that's one of the commandments, one of the mitzvot, to wrap a four-corner garment. So we're going to put it up. You can repeat after me. We'll say it together. Baruch,
Baruch,
Atah,
Atah,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Eloheinu,
Eloheinu,
Melech,
Melech,
Ha'olam,
Ha'olam,
Asher,
Asher,
Kitshanu,
Kitshanu,
B'mitzvotav,
B'mitzvotav,
Vitzivanu,
Vitzivanu,
Lehitatef,
Lehitatef,
Batzitzi.
Batzitzi.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes. Are you ready to go? We're wrapped. You know, this is like, not only is this a garment, and many times, you know, again, we focus on how beautiful the garment is, but let's not focus on how beautiful it is. And I think the Rebbitzins is much more beautiful than mine, and intricate and ornate. But also, how does it make you feel? How do you feel when you put on a talit?
I feel ready to communicate with God.
Are you ready? Let's communicate. Ma tovu, page 418.
Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. May the one whose spirit is with us in every righteous deed be with all who work for the good of humanity and bear the burden of others, and who give bread to the hungry, who clothe the naked, and take the friendless into their homes. May the work of their hands endure, and may the seed they sow bring abundant harvest.
And now on page 420, we have a blessing, and I'll recite this blessing in Hebrew. And this is, well, let me recite it first, then we can talk about it. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et hadam b'chochma, uverevo nikavim nikavim, chalelulim chalelulim, galui v'yadua lifnei kisei kvodecha, she'im efatech echad mihem, או יסתם אחד מהם, אי אפשר להתקיים ולעמוד לפניך. ברוך אתה אדוני, רופא כל בשר ומפליע לעשות. And this prayer here, you know what this means? Thank you, God, that my body is working properly. Thank you that I have openings and orifices, and I can eat and I can drink and I can do all these things like the human body. Because if I had difficulty with any of these things, it would be more challenging to serve you. And you know what? These are miracles. And when I talk to people, sometimes we focus on these big miracles, you know, and for sure we want big miracles. But you know what? Each and every moment that we can open our eyes, that we can have a sip. I think the Rebbitzin, you know, 31 weeks pregnant, a lot of water and drinking and right special foods or you know, taking care of yourself. That all these things, eating and drinking and sleeping and waking up, walking, these things that we might say, oh, for sure these should happen. Well, they should, but those are miracles that each and every day we can do those things. So now let us thank God for returning our soul to our body. Our souls are pure. Elohai Neshama, page 422.
A personal favorite of yours.
Elohai Neshama shenatata bi tehorahi.
Elohai Neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai Neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai Neshama shenatata bi tehorahi.
And now Nisim B'chol Yom, page 424, daily miracles. And use the you know, we're on YouTube now, but that doesn't mean you can't speak with us. Let us, you have an option. Let us know what, you know, Judy will let us know. You know, we're so blessed. We have, you know, a tech savant who's going to help us with everything here. So let us know what miracles you're thankful for. The rabbinic sages have codified some. Let us share what the rabbinic tradition says, the miracle for awakening.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'sach bivina, lachim ben yom uvein laila.
For vision.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
For the ability to stretch.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
For rising to the new day.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
For firm earth to stand upon.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rokah haaretz al hamayim.
For the gift of motion to be able to move.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin metzadei gaver.
For clothing the body.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim.
For renewed enthusiasm for life.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten le'ayef koach.
For reawakening.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir sheinai me'enai unuma mi'afapai.
For being created, for being made in the image of God.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
For being a free person.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani bat chorin.
For being a Jewish person.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
For purpose.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bigvura.
For harmony.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara.
And now the blessing to be busy with words of Torah. And on Shavuot, this is so important. This is what Torah is about. And the sages say, as just as I read in the opening, that it was written with fire, with fire. And that's why when you open a Torah scroll, not only are you going to see the same words in every single Torah scroll, but you know what? It's written with the exact same ink. Did you know that? The exact same ink. It's a dio. Dio is ink with saffras, because it was etched. This black ink was etched into the white paper. So let us now say the blessing to be busy with words of Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
And now let us read on page 431.
We have a comment from Steve that he's thankful for our TBD family. And I have to say, I am very thankful that YouTube is behaving this morning.
Yes, that's right. We are seekers. We seekers of God. How do we find you? In good deeds and in the study of Torah and your search for us. You find us in the bending of the knee and the rigor of study, in the honesty of commerce, through a good heart, through decency and respect, true fellowship, companionship, and love, through truth and peace, in the no that is really no, and the yes that is really yes. Baruch atah Adonai, hamla'amed Torah la'amo Yisrael. Also, when you teach Torah,
And Sonia says she's thankful for technology and being able to stay connected with TBD family, my family, and friends.
Sonia, we're so excited. It's great to see you. We're so happy that you're here, and Steve and everyone. And, hopefully we have a great crowd. But you know what? As long as we have one, that's it. So I hope we have a great crowd. I don't know, but we're going to reach the world.
We have 15. Oh, my goodness.
Amazing. And, I just want to share briefly with you that when you teach Torah, and this is so important, that you have to teach Torah from love. And what is Torah? It's not about teaching Torah. You have to live Torah. And that means you have to live, again, I just said no means no, yes means yes. But the most important thing is you have to love. And, there's so many things going on around the world. And we have to approach everything with love, with respect, with honesty, with empathy, and listen. Because that's how you're going to hear. If you walk around and you don't hear people, I don't know how you can love. You have to open up your eyes, open your ears, and listen. And not only listen, but internalize and love. And let's talk about Torah. Elu Devarim. These are the things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world. which the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. And now, as our service continues, we are going to do Psuke de Zimra. So we've warmed up, and now we're going to do a little Psuke, a little verses of praise. Are we ready? Baruch She'amar.
Baruch Shamar v'haya ha'olam, Baruch Hu, Baruch Oseh Bereshit, Baruch Omer v'Yosef, Baruch Gozer Umkayim, Baruch Merchem al haaretz, Baruch Merachem al habriot, Baruch Meshalem Sachar Tov l'Reav, Baruch Ailad v'Kayam lanetzach, Baruch Podeh u'Matziel, Baruch Shemo.
בשבחות ומזמרות, נגיד לך בשבחה, ונברך ונזכיר, שמך ומלך מלכנו אלוהינו, יחיד חיי עולמים, מלך ומשבח ברדי עד שמו הגדול,
Baruch atah Adonai, melech me'olam v'tishbachot.
And now I have to ask the Rebbitzin, because she's the one with the angelic voice. We have a few options here. Mizmor LeTodah, Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, or Ashrei. What would you like? Whatever.
I think that we'll switch it up this week, and we will do Psalm 92, Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat.
Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, a song, a beautiful song of David for the glory of Sabbath.
Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. And then we'll skip down to the final paragraph, which is Tzadik Katamar. And we'll do a Israeli folk dance version of this. I won't be dancing, but we'll do Tzadik Katamar Yifrach Yifrach, Tzadik Katamar Yifrach, Tzadik Katamar Yifrach Yifrach, Tzadik Katamar Yifrach, Ke'erez Balvanon Yiskei, Ke'erez Balvanon Yiskei, Ke'erez Balvanon Yiskei, Yiskei. Ke'erez Balvanon Yiskei, Ke'erez Balvanon Yiskei, Ke'erez Balvanon Yiskei, Yiskei.
On page 446, Nishmat Kol Chai.
Nishmat Kol Chai, Tevarech et Shemcha Adonai Eloheinu, V'ruach Kol Basar, Tifarer Tumam, Zecharecha Malkeinu Tamid.
Min ha'olam v'ad ha'olam ata el, ein lanu melech ela ata, Elohei harishonim v'achronim, Elohai kol briot, Adon kol toladot, hamulal berov, hi'ishpachot haminag, olamim bechesed. V'Adonai lo yanum v'lo yishan, hamorer yishanim, v'ameketz nedarim, v'amashmiach elamim, v'itmaer asurim, v'asomech noflim, v'zakef kufufim, lecha levadcha nachnu modim. Let the soul of everything alive bless your name, Adonai our God, and the spirit of all flesh, glorify and exalt your name forever, O sovereign. And now, as our service continues with 450, with Yishtabach. Traditionally, we rise in spirit.
Yishtabach Shimcha le'ad Malkeinu, Ha'el HaMelech HaGadol VeHaKadosh B'Shamayim u'Ba'aretz. Ki lecha na'eh Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotim Imotenu, Shir Shvacha Ha'el v'Zimra Ozo Mamshala, Netzach v'Gdula v'Gvura, Tehila v'Tiferet, Kedusha v'Malchut, Barachot v'Hodaot me'ata v'ad olam. Baruch atah Adonai, El Melech Gadol B'Tishbachot, El Ha'odot Adon HaNiflaot, Abocher b'Shirei Zimra, Melech Elchei Ha'olamim.
Chatzi Kaddish.
Yikadal ve'yikadash Shemei Rabbah, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, וחייך כל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה, ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם לעולמיה יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, תאמירן בעלמא, ואמרו אמן.
Now on page 452, we rise for the Baruch Hu, we rise in spirit. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach, HaMivorach Leolam Va'ed. Page 455. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes, more welcomed than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gifts, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them. You who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMe'orot. You know, when we think about, we're about to transition to Ahava Rabbah, and we think about love, and we think about Torah. You know, how was Torah created? Torah is words, the spoken words. Not only that, how are we created? God put life into us with this ruach, the spirit, ruach chaim, the spirit of life. And now let us talk about the abundance of love, ahava rabbah.
Page 456. Ahava rabbah avtanu, Adonai Eloheinu, chem lagedol vetera, chamalta aleinu. Bavor avotenu v'imotenu, shebatchu becha, Avinu Malkeinu, v'telamdem chukei chaim, ken techanenu ulamdenu, Avinu ha'av harachamat, Amrachem rachem aleinu, v'ten belibenu lehavin ulhaskil lishmoa, lilmod ulilamed, lishmoa velasot, ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה. והאר עינינו בתורתך, ודבק ליבנו במצוותיך, ויחד לבבינו לאהבה וליראה את שמך. ולא נבוש ולא נתעלם ולא נתקשר לעולם ועד, כי זה שם קודשך הגדול והנורא בטחנו, נגילה ונשמחה, נגילה ונשמחה בישועתך.
And now gather the four corners. Again, the Arba Kanfot. Grab the four corners of the garment, and now we're going to bring them together. Ve'avienu l'shalom me'arba kanfot haaretz,
ותוליכנו קוממיות לארצנו. כי אל פועל ישועות אתה, ובנו בחרת וקרבתנו, לשמך הגדול סלע באמת, להודות לך Uyachedcha, Uyachedcha b'Yahava. Baruch atah Adonai, Habocher b'Amo Yisrael b'Yahava.
You, Adonai, you who chooses your people, Israel, in love. And what is our response? What is our response? We use this word, Asher Bachar Banu. Here, when we read the Torah, the Aliyah is Asher Keraptanu, the Torah, God brought us close, Asher Bachar Banu, that God, we are the chosen people. What does that mean? We understand that as just having a responsibility, and then also having a relationship. And how do we have a relationship? Where we say, Shema, hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. And then the Baruch Shem, let us sing out Shema, and with a hushed undertone, Baruch Shem. We cover our eyes. You don't have to cover your eyes, but why do we do this? To maintain focus. And to listen, to internalize, to hear, to actively hear every word that we're saying. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. V'yavta
Et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha ub'chol nafshecha ub'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושכבך וקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
We continue on the top of 462.
ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת והיה לכם לציצית וראיתם אותו וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם Adonai Elohechem Emet.
On page 466, now we have the Micha Mocha. And, I'm so excited. Kids are such a blessing. And I think you might see me look off screen at Reina. And Temple Beth David, what kind of shul, what kind of temple is Temple Beth David? We're for sure, there's the pandemic is going on and we're practicing physical distancing. And thank you that all of you are on YouTube. But also, I can't wait. I'm so excited when we can come back and pray together. Because you got to bring all the kids. The more I think my daughter is stacking books and looking at things and running around and playing music. Whenever you go to a temple and kids are there and they're running around and they're playing and making music, that's the best thing. That's the best thing because this is it. This is what Judaism is about. It's about education and love and teaching from one generation to the next. Because we're going to get there together. And where do we arrive to? We cross together. And we're about to sing about that right now with Micha Mocha. Page 466, Micha Mocha.
Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osei feleh, שירה חדשה, שיבחו גאולים, לשמך על שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל, קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופדי חינומך יהודה וישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל. Baruch atah Adonai, God Yisrael. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai, that wherever we are, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together.
Page 468, the tefillah. Traditionally, we stand, we rise in spirit as we have our festival tefillah.
Adonai sefatai titach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Koneh Hakol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ברופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו. לשני עפר, מחמוך בעל גבורות, ומדום מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol.
As we read together on 473, your might, O God, renews the earth. With dewdrops of light and blessings, let the earth be illumined and blessed. With dewdrops of joy and delight, let the earth rejoice and sing out. With dewdrops of life and well-being, let the earth be revived and improved. With dewdrops of redemption, let the earth be redeemed. Livracha velo liklala, lechaim velo lamavet, lesovea velo lizaron. For blessing and not for curse, for life and not death, for abundance, not want. And we continue with the Kedusha on page 476.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ויאמר.
Together up on our toes like the angels.
קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מה אדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו, והוא ישמיענו ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך לעולם לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Page 478. אתה בחרתנו מכל העמים, אהבת אותנו ורצית בנו, ורוממתנו מכל לשונות, וקידשתנו במצוותיך, וקרבתנו מלכנו לעבדך, ושמך גדול וקדוש עלינו, קראת ותיתן לנו אדוני לנו באהבה, שבת ומנוחה ומועדים לשמחה, חגים וזמנים לששון,
את
את
יום חג השבועות הזה, זמן מתן תורתנו,
מקרה קודש, זכר ליציאת
מצרים.
Page 480.
479 first.
479 first. שלוש רגליים תחוג לי בשנה, את חג המצות תשמור 7 ימים, תאכל המצות כאשר צוויתך למועד חודש האביב, כי בו יצאת ממצרים ולא יראו פני ריקם, וחג הקיצר בחורי מעשיך אשר תזרוע בשדה, וחג האוסיף בצאת השנה באספך את מעשיך מן השדה.
And let's translate that.
These times, and again, Shavuot is one of the pilgrimage festivals. And so you're going to hear other festivals, the other pilgrimage festivals, there's 3. 3 times a year, you shall hold a festival for me. You shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, eating unleavened bread for 7 days.
Which is what?
Which is Pesach, Passover, which I have commanded you at the end of the month of Aviv, which is the time period of spring. For in it you went forth from Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty-handed. And the feast of the harvest, of the first fruit of your work, of what you sow in the field, the feast of ingatherings at the end of the year. And what is that?
That's
What's the
Sukkot.
holiday we have the booths? Sukkot. And then when you gather the results of the work from your field. And now that is Shavuot, because it's about the harvest festival. It's about gathering everything. And you know what? When we gather everything and we do hard work, sometimes we incorrectly say, we ascribe the hard work, we attribute all the hard work to ourselves. We say, you know what? I did everything because of what I woke up early and I struggled and I did everything on my, to use my daughter's language, I did everything on my own self. No one helped me. Everything was on my own self.
We need to work on her grammar.
And you know what? If you're 2, 22, or 102, sometimes we might say that. We might say, you know what? I did all the work. But that's not true. It's not true that God was there. God was with us to help us. One does not travel to Jerusalem, one returns. One ascends the road taken by generations, the path of longing on the way to redemption. One brings rucksacks stuffed with memories to each mountain and each hill. In the cobbled white alleyways, one offers a blessing for memories of the past which have been renewed. One does not travel to Jerusalem, one returns. On page 480, we continue with the blessings for the Shavuot festival. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu ya'aleh v'ya'avo v'yizacher v'zochrenu v'zicharon kol amcha beit Yisrael lefanecha l'tova l'chenu l'chesed l'rachamim u'lechaim l'shalom b'yom chag haShavuot hazeh. Zachrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo l'tova.
Amen.
Amen. Ufakdenu bo livracha.
Amen.
V'hoshienu bo l'chaim.
Amen.
Amen.
This day, remember us for well-being. This day, bless us with your nearness. This day, help us to a fuller life. Amen.
Amen. And now on page 492, again, the 19th blessing of the Shemona Esrei of the Tefillah, Oseh Shalom. So let us now sing together the song of peace, Oseh Shalom. Page 492.
Oseh Shalom bimrama, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu,
Ve'al
kol Yisrael, ve'imru, ve'imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, amen.
And now, page 494, we rise in spirit, but also I'm here in the amazing Sunrise Sanctuary. So I have to rise also in body because we're going to remove the holy Torah from the ark and we're going to do the Mishaberach together. And we'll talk briefly about some of the 10 Commandments. What are the 10 Commandments? Do we call them the 10 Commandments in Hebrew? But you might, can't tell you yet. You might think so. So rise in spirit with me. We have page 494, Siddur Kriyat Torah, Leyom Tov. Ein kamocha va'Elohim Adonai, v'yein kema'asecha, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai imloch, le'olam va'ed, Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo b'shalom, av harachamim, heitiv avirtzoncha et Zion.
Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, ki lecha levad batachnu, melech el ram v'nisa, Adon olamim. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah,
Udevar Adonai Yerushalayim. The top of page 496.
Oh, Rabbi, really quickly, I'm just going to read a little excerpt for Shavuot. On page 495, you shall count 7 weeks. Start to count the 7 weeks when the sickle is first put to the standing grain. Then you shall observe the Feast of Weeks, for Adonai is your God, offering your free will contribution according as Adonai your God has blessed you. And now we continue with 496. Baruch Shenatan
Torah, Torah.
Baruch Shenatan
Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael, Bigdushato. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanun, Erech Apayim, V'Rav Chesed Be'emet, Notzer Chesed La'alafim, Nosei Avon V'Fesha V'Chata V'Nakeh. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlul Adonai Iti, Unramama Shemo Yachtav, Lecha Adonai Hagidula, V'Hagivura, V'Hatiferet, V'Hanetzach, V'Hahod, Ki Chol B'Shamayim U'Ba'aretz, Ki Chol B'Shamayim U'Ba'aretz, Lecha Adonai Hamamlecha, V'Minaseh Lechol Lerosh. And the Torah is here, and the Torah is so important. We're so blessed here at Temple Beth David. We have a Holocaust Torah with us here. I don't know if you can see it on screen. Can they see it on screen, the Holocaust Torah? So we have a Holocaust Torah, and it's survived here. It comes from Yugoslavia, and now I think the current the Czech Republic, and it survived. And Torahs are so special. We don't. What is a Torah? It is the 5 books of Moses. It's the Hebrew Bible, but it's so much more than that. And when we think about the Torah, we think about, what does this word Torah mean? We think about, the law of Moses, or the history of the Jewish people. But the rabbis understand the Torah is so much more than that. It's the blueprints, the foundation for life. It's how to live. And when we think about it, you might say, well, there's 613 commandments, there's 10 commandments, there's 10 here, but it's much more than that. And when we think about one, also, the rabbis understand that from the Torah, we don't read it in a linear fashion. I know that's how every week we have a different Torah portion, but the Torah is so much holier than that. And when we talk about the 10 Commandments, I want to share with you, in Hebrew, you might, the Decalogue or the 10 Commandments, however you understand them in English, but in Hebrew, we actually call the 10 Commandments Aseret HaDibrot, the 10 utterances, davar, things, words, topic sentences. And embedded within the 10 Commandments, there are so many different ways of understanding. And why do I say that? Is because sometimes, we're not a literal tradition. Sometimes people might pick up a 10 Commandment, one of the commandments, and say, "You see what it says? This is what it says. You have to follow this." And in the name and the words of my rabbi, one time a person picked up, multiple documents and said, and they were conflicting documents, and they said, "Rabbi, which one is correct?" And the rabbi said, "All of them." And so when we think about the 10 Commandments, the 10 utterances, the topic sentences, we really have to read and educate ourselves on the meaning and what they mean. Because again, we're not a literal tradition. We don't read it and say, "This is what it means." And little Reina Esther is here, and we're so excited. And now let us, when we think about you're gonna kiss? And when we kiss, even we dress the Torah up, and it's so beautiful. And but let us now transition to the Misha Berach. We're holding the Torah. We have our family. I'm so blessed. I have my family here and friends, and I look in in this building, and I see all of you here, all of your smiling faces. So let us please use the function, type in all of the names that we can pray for loved ones that are in need of prayer. So many people, there's so much going on in this country. We have people ill from corona. We have people marching, people protesting, people fighting for freedom, people fighting for survival. We have so many people who are in need of prayer. And this is that time, a prayer of the body, of the mind, of the spirit, a prayer for our city, a prayer for our country, a prayer for the world. Prayers know no boundaries.
Ray Roberts, Stuart Friedis, Donna, Martine Rudolph, Ann Smith, Barbara Whitlock, Marianne Baines, Matthew Garcia, Ann Ganker, Matthew Zidell, Irma Schiller, Laura Friedman, Larry Aft, Ann Tepper, George Kirchhoff, Sonia Friedis, Wendy Fine,
Robertson.
Tom Finkelstein, Jack Finkelstein, Sherry Finkelstein, Lenore Jacobson.
Claire Bouchard, Jane Remillard, Danielle Strummer, Pedigo, Hermina, Alex and John Levy, Linda Levitt, Arnie Dobron, Maurice and Margaret Goldstein, all those who have passed away due to the virus, as well as all who've been ill because of it.
Let us pray for all of those individuals that are in need of prayer, that we can reach them. We can and we will.
Gary Yax, D. Yax, Callie Hills, Elaine Morcal.
And Judy, anyone?
That's it for the moment.
Anyone for you?
Oh,
You included?
Misheberach Avotenu Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu Mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
And before we return the Torah, Again, please, we just to share with you, I know that traditionally we do a Torah study group or we could read the Torah, but every single day from, Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 4, we do a daily dose of Jewish. This past week, we studied about Shavuot. On Wednesdays at 12:30, we do kind of like a lunch and learn, a visual lunch and learn via Zoom. So we have so many learning opportunities. So please come and continue to grow with us. Let us say now a prayer for our country. We are in need of prayer. Thus says Adonai, this is what I desire, to unlock the fetters of wickedness and untie the cords of lawlessness, to let the oppressed go free, to break off every yoke. Share your bread with the hungry and take the wretched poor into your home. When you see the naked, give clothing and do not ignore your own kin. If you banish the yoke from your midst, the menacing hand, the evil speech, if you offer compassion to the hungry and satisfy the famished creature, then your light shall shine in darkness. And now we will return the Holy Torah to the Ark.
Page 514.
Page 514.
Hallelujah, Shem Adonai, Ki nizgav Shemo levado, Hodol al eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren li'amo, tehila lechol chasidav, livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ki lekach tov natati lachem, Torati al tazovu, Eitz chaim hi lemachazikim ba, vetomcheha meushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadesh yameinu kekedem.
Again, please rise in body and spirit as now we recite. We're crossing over into the promised land. Let us recite Aleinu, page 586, the second paragraph.
There you go.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latek gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notes shamayim ve'yosed haaretz, u'moshe yikara b'shamayim ima'al, u'shchinatu zo begovei meromim, hu Eloheinu einod, Ememokeinu efes ulato, kakatu b'torato v'yadata yom v'hashevota elevavecha, ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim ima'al, v'al ha'aretz mitachat einod. For you spread out the heavens and establish the earth. Your majestic abode is in the heavens above, and your mighty presence is in the loftiest heights. You are our God, and there is none else. In truth, you are our sovereign without compare, as is written in your Torah. Know then this day and take it to heart that Adonai is surely God in the heavens above and on the earth below there is none else. Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Ushmo echad, and God's name is one. Ushmo echad. God has so many names. Whatever name you choose to call God, it should be with love and kindness and respect. Ushmo echad. And now we transition. Every day we remember. We always remember. And in Judaism, that's what it means to be Jewish. We remember those people that are no longer with us. And as we prepare for the Mourner's Kaddish, we're going to have a meditation. And we're going to do a number.
We will recite number 6 this morning.
Number 6 this morning.
On page 595. It is hard to sing of oneness when the world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our life has gone, and not but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can tell us only what we were, in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and words, and what they did is part of what we have become. We do best homage to our dead when we live our lives more fully, even in the shadow of our loss. For each of our lives is worth the life of the whole world. In each one is the breath of the ultimate one. In affirming the one, we affirm the worth of each other, of each one, whose life now ended brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone, and every life finds purpose.
Every life finds purpose, and it's so important to come together. We're so blessed to have such a special community, congregation, house of worship here at Temple Beth David, and please, those people that you have loved, those friends that you had, and they're no longer with us physically. We constantly remember. We have my daughter is, I apologize, doing a little bit of mess with some fluid, so we have to make sure we keep the chairs clean. But we think of all of our lost ones, our loved ones that are lost and they're no longer with us. Please use the chat function if you are commemorating someone that has been taken from this world these last 7 days. If you're in mourning, please let us know. From 7 days to 30 days, we continue to mourn. From 30 days to
Morris Bender, Barbara Lippman, John Harrison.
From 30 days to 11 months, we think of Dr. Norman Freed, Pedro Martinez, Helen Brudner, Gary Peck, Norman Leikach, Elibeth Green, and all those that have suffered, that have died, wherever they may be. We think of them, we lift them up, all those that have succumbed to, that have died from this terrible virus, and from all the people around the world that are in need, that have died. We elevate their souls. And here in our holy congregation, let us always remember on the anniversary of their death, Sarah Paratsky, Samuel Rushin, Hai Berez, Linda Galstad, Francis Diskin, Les Mayer, Burton L. Paykoff, Pearl Cummins, Malka Kroll, Judy Serrazzo Smith, Samuel Levy, Malva Dobrikin, Andrew Levitt, Alan Levine, Gerald Roman, Sylvia Kaplan, Murray Schlein, Benjamin Weiss, Cy Dankberg, Samson Nathan Weiss, Alex Fine. Let us now rise in solidarity as we recite together the Mourner's Kaddish.
Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon, uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olamei olmaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Vitadar, vitale, vitalal, shemei de kudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran v'alma v'imru amen. Ish lama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael.
V'imru. Amen. Please be seated. And now we have a hymn. In Judaism, this is important. And actually here, what I'm saying is according to the rabbis. When Jewish people come together, how do we part? How do we part? On page 626, we have Ein Kelohenu. But we part with either one of two ways. One is actually we recite some halacha, which is Jewish law. We give over a little law. And okay, that's one way to part. And the second way to part is in song, in joyous song. So we're going to sing together on page 626, Ein Kelohenu. And Reina, I think, is on the piano. So she will give us a few keys. Ein Kelohenu.
Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokenu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mich Elohenu, Mich Adonenu, Mich Emokenu, Mich Emoshienu, Nodal Elohenu, Nodal Adonenu, Nodal Emokenu, Nodal Emoshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu.
I want to wish everyone a good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, Chag Shavuot Sameach, and only good things. And we have some announcements.
We do indeed.
Announcements.
Tonight we have Havdalah on Facebook Live. That will be at approximately 9:25 p.m. And actually right after this service, Rabbi and I are going to stick around and we will have a Zoom hangout, a Zoom get together to just kibitz a little bit and check in, wish everyone Shabbat Shalom and a Chag Sameach.
Chag Shavuot Sameach. So blessings to everyone.
And we still have a few more announcements, though.
We do have more announcements.
So Rabbi is going to set off on his expedition, his hike on the Appalachian Trail tomorrow. He will be back Thursday night, and in his stead, I will be covering most of his classes, but there will not be a lunch and learn this Wednesday. So we strive to have one every week. So we're sorry for those who look forward to that, but that will be resuming a week from Wednesday. But we have your daily dose of Jewish each day with yours truly. And we'll have Monday night our Tehillim healing circle, and we have just a lot of wonderful
Read your emails and check the website because all of the information is on it. So again, if you have questions, concerns, comments, emails, and website.
And last but not least, June 1st is this Monday, which begins our Hebrew month and Hebrew classes here at Temple Beth David. And
any questions, email us, call us, text us. A phenomenal Hebrew class. So check in, and that's going to be in the month of June.
Yeah, Steve has a question about Hebrew class. I'm not sure if you covered it or not. That's all he says is Hebrew class with a question mark. So I don't know what he's asking for.
Okay, not a problem, Steve. Just email, call, or text, and we will answer all of your questions. Blessings to everyone.
And a very special Yom Huladet Sameach, a happy birthday to Sophia.
And a happy birthday to Sophia. Today you are 7, 8.
I believe
6,
she is 7.
7.
Um,
We'll find out later today. Blessings, Sophia. Yom Huledet Sameach.
All right, everyone take care, and we will look forward to seeing you on Zoom.
Take care. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach.
Reina.